Welcome to this designated video. I'm Teddy Allen. Glad you could join us. Today we're going to have fun talking about the top 5 main characters, subs on the Andy Griffith Show. I am the president of the North Louisiana Andy Griffith Show Rerun Watchers Club. You can go to that online and we'll tell you how to join. Just type in the Andy Griffith Show Rerun Watchers Club. We're the Hagen's Heroes, named after Earl Hagen, who wrote the theme song, Fishing Hole. I called and asked Mr. Hagen, who's been alive out in California, how much money he made off. He said, well, I wrote a lot of jingles like the Dick Van Dyke Show. Not a lot of them, but every time it runs, he said it's like putting pennies in a gumball machine. It kept raking in. So, in honor of Mr. Hagen, here's the top 5 subs. Of course, the starters are going to be Ange, Opie, Aunt B, and of course, everybody's favorite, Barn. So, speaking of Barn, my 5th favorite character would be Thelma Lou, the fetching Thelma Lou. She lives in Mount Airy, North Carolina now, in a rest home and where the Andy Griffith Museum is, and gives away, well, actually she sells autographs, I think once a month. If you ever want to go to Mayberry Days, go in September. We have several friends who have been, they loved it. Gomer's number 2, of course, Gomer's cousin to Goob. And one day soon, JJ, of Designated Writers, will have some information on the Gomer Pyle Show. You don't want to miss it. This is a man who's seen every episode multiple times, and I knew him 20 years ago when he was recording them in order. Number 3 is the only guy who was married on the show and the only guy who drank on the show, and that was Otis Campbell. Loved the Otis, loved when Barney deputized the Otis, loved the scene where, of course, he always lets himself into and out of jail, and one time when Barney thinks he's doing hypnosis on Otis, and Otis is really awake, just jacking around with him. Wonderful character. 2 is Floyd. Best barber ever. He always talked about how Andy had such nice hair to cut. Oh, you have such fine hair, the texture. And then they would sit outside on the bench, and Floyd would say something, and he'd say, well, you know, that's what Calvin Coolidge said. And of course, Andy would say, Calvin Coolidge didn't say that. Well, who said it? Floyd is awesome. When Floyd had a stroke, he was out for a year, but Andy missed him so bad, begged him to come back, so they brought him back. So whenever you see him standing up, cutting hair, but you can only see one arm going, they've got him propped up, or he'll be sitting outside on the bench because he couldn't really move around that good. He was Ange's favorite besides of course Barn. And the number 1 sub-character was only in 5 to 6 episodes, but you think he's in more because he was so dynamic. It's Ernest T. Bass. Love the Ernest T. He was really the only character on the show who would not be a real live person. There aren't any people who learn how to wash their food by living with the possums, who of course lick their hands and wash their food before they eat it. There aren't any guys who are the best rock thrower in the county. Ernest T. is beautiful. If you haven't watched some Andy Griffith Show lately, consider it. Give us a shout at DW. We'll tell you how to join the Andy Griffith Club, the Andy Griffith Show Rerun Watchers Club. Check out Mayberry Days online. Stay tuned here soon for a JJ visit with you about our guy Gomer Pyle. For DW,